Hey there, if you are a buyer or a seller and you're trying to decide what this market's going to do next, watch to the end because I've got some data that's going to help you decide what you should do next, okay? I'm Stephanie Deeds, I'm with Point Realty, and I am here with your September market update for 2025. So let me just get down to brass tacks and the numbers and tell you what we've got here. The reality of what we're looking at is that there is a little bit of a reduction in the market. I've been saying for months, it's holding steady, and overall, and in some areas it is holding steady. In some areas I would say it's even increasing, but when we're looking at the law of averages, we are seeing some decreasing numbers here, okay? So this is okay if you're a seller, by the way. If you're a seller who's been in your house for at least 3 years or more, definitely 5+. If you're someone who's lived in your house for a long time, this reduction means nothing to you because we're not talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking about very small percentages. So if you've owned your house for a reasonable amount of time and you've got a decent amount of equity in it, you're still sitting in a great spot because we had such crazy appreciation for a certain period of time. If you're a buyer, this is a great time for you to do something because you have more leverage now than you probably have in, I don't know, maybe even the last decade, okay? There is so much leverage to be had as buyers. So let me just tell you what I've got here as far as numbers go. In Mansfield, our average price, and this is what I'm talking about, our average price in Mansfield in 2024 in September was $490. It's at $460. So there is a little bit of a difference in that average. Now I'm also gonna say that new construction is playing into this because the builders have a little bit more wiggle room as to what they can do. Let's look at Arlington. We went from $385 to $370. So a little bit of a change, but not a huge one. The interesting thing is days on market is actually staying pretty steady. So even with the pricing coming down just a little bit, in Mansfield, we went from 72 to 77 days on market. In Arlington, we went from 37 to 43. Burleson 63 to 65. So the days on market is staying pretty steady. And really we're looking at, 2-ish months in a lot of areas to sell. The number of homes for sale is actually, again, kind of even. In Mansfield, we went from 443 to 436, so that's barely any change. We did see one major reduction I thought was interesting. Midlothian went from 450 to 395, so that number of homes available I thought was really interesting how it has reduced. But I will say on number of closed homes, we're seeing some increases again. Arlington went from 199 to 280 on closed sales. So all these numbers mean, because I'm just getting really in the weeds on the data, the market is holding steady overall. We are seeing reductions in price in some places. A lot of what you'll see out there is saying if you need to sell your house, your only choice is to reduce the price. And in some ways that's true depending on where you are and what you've got. But if you want to know more about your specific situation, how we can help and what everything means, all of these numbers, please don't hesitate to reach out. We would love to help. Thanks so much for watching.